Welcome to part 16 of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and in this part, we're going to continue our stay on Outset Island, and we will eventually go and pursue the third pearl, which is here. But first, this mailbox. It's an important letter that we're getting, because this one, although it's a little bit different from the ones we got, actually tells you of where a heart piece, a bottle, and, well, the third bottle if you already got two, and of course, a treasure chart is located. Thing is, you're also going to need a bigger rupee purse in order for, or rupee bag should I say. It looks like a purse, but it's a bag. Anyway, you need a bigger rupee bag in order to get all three because they are expensive, especially the piece of hearts. This is, I think this is aboard the shop ship in Rockspire Island, which is not too far from here, but you can only take one of those, and it would be, and to be perfectly honest with you, what I was trying to say before I lost my train of thought, and he only gave me one rupee, freaking beetle. The thing about that ship is you actually have to have at least 1,000 for the heart piece, and more than that for the treasure chart, but only 500 for the bottle. Anyway, we're back to Orca, and if you come back, now you have to take yet another challenge. The thing is, and he's really pissed that you didn't tell him about what happened to Errol. The difference is, unlike before where you're training with the sword and you are learning how to use new attacks, we haven't gotten to the point where we learn a new attack yet. Because we have to, one, show him the Knight's Crest and get him 10 more. And two, we haven't opened up the way to get the Knight's Crest. But here, we're going to have to hit him 100 times in order to get to the level of Page. Here's the thing. You have 3 hearts here. You gotta be careful with Orca. He will strike back. And I forgot to defend. I don't know why I forgot to defend. Oh, by the way, parry does not work with things that large. As the Moblins taught me anything, parry only works if you're in a certain amount of range before he strikes. I mean, I only got 37 and he managed to take all 3 of my hearts. I mean, that's a third of the way done. However, here is the thing. When it comes down to Orca, there is a pattern you have to go through, and I forgot that pattern. Also, we gotta show him the Knight's Crest. Because getting 10 of these also gives you the Hurricane Spin, which is actually pretty cool. However, the thing about Orca, there is a pattern, I forgot it. You have to either strike him twice or 3 times and block. And you gotta be careful how you block, because he normally tends to use overhead or underhead strikes. Anyway, that's enough for dealing with Orca for now, because I'm going to actually finish that off in part 17 before I leave the island. Or actually, no, before I completely leave Outset in general, in order to get things moving along. Now that I have a bottle in my possession, let's go on ahead and say hello to Grandma, who is worried sick about both me and Errol. And worrying sick she has. However, it's a good thing that this is going to happen. What I'm saying is, if you actually use the fairy or the health potion to heal your grandma, and there's a chance that you may end up inadvertently using it on yourself, you gotta lock on to her. If you use the fairy on her, all of her anguish or sickness or wounds will be healed, and you'll get by far one of the best items in the game. And trust me, you want this. You want this more than anything in this game. If anything, you might want to have this unlocked early, so you will be able to have, and also have like at least 2 empty jars open, if not 1. Or bottles, I should say, not jars. They're not jars, they're bottles. But anyway, have at least 1 empty jar open, so that she will give you some soup. Yes, but this is no ordinary soup, people. This soup is so freaking powerful that if you're doing a no damage run, although it lasts for a limited time, but if you're doing a no damage run, here's the thing. This soup will refill your health and also replenish your magic, and at the same time, the soup will double the attack power of your sword. And once you get the Master Sword, my god, that's like 2 hits and they're dead. But to make things even worse, you got 2 helpings of this. So, if you ever run out completely, you just go and talk to Grandma. While this may not work for bosses, Grandma's soup is really good for everything else. Well, I mean, because certain bosses will try to block out your items. But other bosses, they won't do that. If you have Grandma's soup and you drink that bitch, let me assure you, some boss battles will go by real quick. The only thing that's left is visiting some other people. They'll only mention a couple of key factors and keynotes, or key things. Oh, why am I going back here? Let's just leave. Nope. I'm coming back to you later. But I will, if not do this in the next part, most definitely do it before I actually start the Earth Temple. Because by God, I need that move for the Earth Temple. Trust me. Anyway, everybody in the village is going to be, or on the island, I should say, is going to be telling you that the island is full of horrible creatures that will terrorize all of the civilians at night. The thing is, the monsters aren't coming after the civilians. They're actually after Jabun and also Link. So, yeah. There are clues that had you not have made it here in time, this island would have been completely destroyed, because the enemies would be bored and finally go after the civilians. Damn choo-choos. Seriously. Well, at least I got a heart back. Anyway, let's just keep on going, because at this point in time, there's only like 2 more people left to deal with. Why am I pulling out a bomb? Oh, right. Just in case I have to go off this island pretty soon. And I do. I will have to go through the southern winds. But I pull that bomb out more than likely for me to have the cannon on the ready. Because you see, after we're done with everything here, we're going to need that cannon. Anyway, this guy right here will tell you about a fairy fountain that we already gotten. In case you don't know what to do, this is the reason why the King of Red Lions told you to talk to all the people, because they will tell you where to go, and Fairy Woods has a dried up fountain. I will say this though, it will not be the last time we see great fairies in this playthrough, because we're going to see a good number of them. Well, at least some that I can have access to. I will especially go for the one that's trapped underneath a Big Octo. Why? Because that one will actually make getting the Triforce a lot easier. And by the way, sorry for the frame rate drops and possibly the drops in my commentary due to the frame rate drops. I really wish that capture card would show up. Yes, folks, by the way, I actually put in for the new capture card that I promised I was going to get. But the thing is, it hasn't arrived yet, so bear with me on this. However, that capture card is only for HD. And I don't think GameCubes actually do HD. Anyway, these are all of the people that I have to talk to left. That's left, basically. These guys are talking about the sun rising. Unfortunately for them, they don't know that the sun is actually not going to rise at all so long as I don't get Nehru's Pearl. So those kids would be sleeping for eternity, which is dark. Very, very dark. Just saying, though. Alright, now it's time for us to go to the King of Red Lions. I think we've had enough fun here. This is where we need to go. And oh god, get away from me. I don't want to have to fight anymore. And oh yeah, maybe I could go on the Beatles Ship. It would be a good idea to do so, because I want to have at least a full stock of bombs. Granted, I'm going to lose 30 rupees, it does not matter. And now we have bombs available, instead of it having 2 Hoya pairs, or Hioi pairs, or however you want to pronounce that, and some bait. And Beetle is over here making fun of the fact that, Tetra sell him bombs, and Tetra just so happens to know Link. Well, he was actually making fun of Link's expression because he happened to know someone as cute as Tetra. But nonetheless, at least we got ourselves some bombs for 3 rupees. It will only be a matter of time before we actually get bomb drops. So now that we're ready, let's climb onto the back of the King of Red Lions. And last time I checked, I did have the win at the south. In case I didn't, I'm going to change it to the south right now. Because you need to be at the south. Oh wait, there it is. Why did the damn King of Red Lions change the wind to the west? Seriously. Anyway, we're gonna go straight around the island via the south. And this is practice for Big Octos. I would say practice for Big Octos, but you want to try to get in close with the cannon so you can hit the highlighted spots. And here I am missing, trying to do pro stats here. And pro strats and try to speed through the game. And look at me missing by a far off distance. Raise up, you idiot, raise up! There we go. We'll just have to try to... Ooh, we actually hit the wall. Oh, barely made it. But we better be careful, because that whirlpool will throw us straight in front of Outset Island again. Oh, that was just luck right there. That was a luck shot. And one more for the road. Fade away. Come on, fade away shot. Let's do it. Right on the money, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the end of the whirlpool. It's not instant death. It'll just throw you back to Outset Island caused you to lose some hearts at least. Anyway, we are here in the hiding place of Jabun. That name should sound familiar because yes, that is the reincarnation of Jabun, who Ganondorf killed in Ocarina of Time. Jabun happened to count wind of Ganondorf's misdeeds and decided to hide here. The thing is, you probably don't you don't understand a word Jabun is saying, so I'll just cut it to the and get the abridged version. He is pretty much confirming that Ganon is responsible for the eternal storm and the eternal night. Also, he's asking about Link, or should I say me, and wondering if he is the actual hero of time, which the king confirms he's not. However, he senses a great power in him. The thing is, Jabun is not so very entrusting of him because he looks like the hero of time, but is not. However, he's willing to get a pearl under one condition. And why is his face zoomed in like that? Anyway, Jabun decides to give him the pearl if and only if Link, or should I say my character, actually completes the trials of the Tower of Gods. And unfortunately, the pearl we have is the only way to get to the Tower of Gods. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, got all 3 pearls. And that means we can now unlock the 4th dungeon of the game. Yes, you heard correctly. 4th dungeon. There is a total of 8 dungeons in all. Well, the ghost ship, a certain castle that sank in the bottom of the sea. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to spoil that at least. We have the Earth Temple, the Wind Temple, Dragon Roost Cavern, Forsaken Woods, Tower of Gods, and Forsaken Fortress. That makes 8. But Jabun only raised his concerns that hopefully that Link could complete the Tower of Gods trials so that he'll have enough power to withstand Ganon's might. So now we have ourselves a new objective. Now that Ganon's curse has been broken, our new objective is, with all the pearls, go to 3 separate islands and put a pearl on each one. Here is the problem. While doing this, there is a cyclone on the loose in one of the islands. I do believe it's North Fairy Island. Yeah, that is a pretty bullshit thing to have to happen. But that cyclone is in North Fairy Island, and we have to be ready to deal with such a thing. Thing is, in order to deal with Cyclos, we have to beat the Tower of Gods, because the dungeon item needed to beat him is in the Tower of Gods. So yeah, I'm not going to be touching the Tower of Gods, or at least the path to there, not until part 18, because part 17 there are some things left I needed to do before I continue with the game. For instance, I want to go and revisit Windfall Island. Secondly, I owe a couple of Big Octos an ass whooping. And more importantly, I want to at least get the deluxe Picto Box on the way first. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time as I prepare myself to do some side quests in part 17. This is RVMan985.